So what's up, you guys? How's everybody doing today? So this video, I'm just going to go over some stuff that you'll need to do the brakes on a 2003 Crown Victoria. It's more or less going to be the same for the Town Cars, Grand Marquis, and the Marauder. This is from 99 to 2011. So I said in another video that there's a lot of parts I was going to be getting for this car, and they all showed up yesterday. I got two things installed yesterday, which was the mirror switch and the blower motor resistor. I showed the mirror switch, but I did not show the resistor, so I will make another video for that. I'm doing the brakes today. I may get around to the radio. I don't really know yet. But the radio is, going to be done at a later date just because I don't think I'll have time. So I want to make the car drivable and stuff like that. So I've also got the transmission filter and the fluid, and I'll show you everything. So that way, if anybody wants to do any of the stuff I'm doing, this is everything I've got. If you want to use what I've got, this is what I have. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and go over what you'll need to do your brakes first. So I've got the driver's side rotor and pads and all that taken off. So what you're going to need is obviously a 13/16 socket to take the lug nuts off, or an 18 millimeter, I think. Either 18 or something. 21, excuse me. 13/16 or 21. And this is also when you're going to have everything taken off like this. It's best to check wheel bearings, check ball joints, check the sway bar end links, check everything. Mine is going to need ball joints, as you can see. The wheel bearings, they're not horrible, but they probably need some love. Sway bar end links look good. So, and also you're going to need a hook or something to support the brake caliper. You can use a bucket just as long as it's not hanging from the brake line. You don't ever do that. Also, you need to get some brake clean. You need a 14 millimeter socket and an 18 millimeter socket. The 14 millimeter is for the bolts that actually hold the caliper onto the caliper bracket, and then the 18 is for the caliper bracket bolts themselves. They have Loctite on them, so it's very smart to put Loctite back on them. If it came that way from the factory, it's like that for a reason, so I suggest you do it. And then I also suggest that if you live up north, which I do not, but it's probably still good practice, is to clean the surface where the hardware goes on both sides. Also inspect the boots for the slide pins for the caliper. Make sure that they move freely. Mine do move kind of sluggish, but they do move nonetheless. This one moves pretty good. Also, you want to make sure you burp any air out of them because these are on a vacuum. So just keep in mind about that because they will pop back out on their own. So there you go. You can sandblast this. You can do whatever. I was going to do that, but I don't really want to fool with that today. So they'll just go back on, and I'll deal with them at another date. You'll also need a flat blade screwdriver if you have center caps like my car does. So I believe that's it. You'll obviously need the brakes and the rotors and everything, stuff like that. So I'll go and show you what those are. So all the rotors and the pads are the same brand. They're all from Power Stop. I bought them as a kit from Rock Auto. I think it was maybe like 100, or not 100. It wasn't 180. It was maybe like 200-ish. I'll say 250, but that may be too little or too much. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But anyways, I have their ceramic disc brake pads, and I have the front rotors and the rear rotors. These are actually the rears, and those are the front. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you those real quick. And I actually won't show you everything else in the video. I'll just leave this video brakes only. That way I can separate them into individual videos, and that way it's not confusing. So that's the front rotor part number, and then that's the rear part number. And you can also see they also show you a diagram of where these rotors go on the car, which is handy. These are the rear pads, and then these are the front pads. And then I have some of this CRC caliper grease just to put on the pads and on where they slide on the caliper bracket itself. That way there's no issues and I don't have any problems. If you live up north, it'd probably be best for you to put like Croil or something like that on the hub and on stuff like that. That way you're not having to fight to get the stuff off. I don't live up north, like I said, so that's not really a problem for me. I may still do it just in case, but it's not necessary where I live, so just keep that in mind. You might want to use anti-seize or something like that. And then these are the rotors. The front pads weren't too bad, but you could tell they were getting there. For those that don't know, this is a wear line, so once that's non-existent, which it's almost there, you need to replace your pads. And the rotors are in pretty decent shape. They're not grooved up, but they are warped, so they all gotta go. But that's all I got for that. The transmission filter and all that stuff I'll do either today or tomorrow, or I'll probably just save it till I'm off. So other than that, that's all I got for you guys right now, and I'll see you later.